I felt like I wanted to talk about all the things in James's returning video that I did not like. So let's get right into it. The first thing that really rubbed me up the wrong way is the fact that he talked about, taking a 3-month break like it was revolutionary, not going on social media like it was revolutionary. Like taking more than 3 months would have been completely ridiculous given the situation around all of the allegations against him. People who are accused of the types of things that James is being accused of and are charged with those things go to prison for so long. So 3 months to go learn and reflect from his mistakes doesn't seem to be enough. And it's not something that he should have pointed out. Like obviously, I've been away for 3 months. It's been so hard. No. In my mind, 3 months is not enough, especially for the types of things that he's being accused of. For instance, Tati went off of social media for an entire year. And I feel like she can come back and be like, I've been away for an entire year. This is what I've learned. This is what I've done. And she didn't really do much in my eyes to go off the internet for an entire year, guys. An entire year. And James thinks he can come up there and just talk about 3 months. Boy, bye. I also think it's quite convenient that he came back in a time where a lot of YouTubers are coming back, and I feel like he took advantage of that. Because David Dobrik recently came back, and Tati also recently came back. It seemed like he took some tips, and came right back. Another thing that really hurt to me is the fact that he acknowledged that filming Chit Chat Get Ready With Me might be too much for the severity of the things that he was going to be talking about, and it actually in my mind minimized the entire situation because he's talking about something so serious, allegations that are so serious, and all he's doing is putting on makeup on his face while talking about that. If you know something is inappropriate, why continue to do it? Why would you know that putting makeup on your face to talk about something that serious is not okay, but then not care about the fact that it's not okay and continue to do it? Because it makes you comfortable, and you actually don't care about the people who might be triggered by your actions and are alleged victims of yours. You don't really care. You just care about how you're able to communicate yourself, and that's it. To me, it seems quite selfish. Piggybacking off of selfish, I found the fact that he made the entire situation about himself, about how he was embarrassed and how his friends and all of that stuff. It seemed quite selfish because the alleged victims who came forward, or the victims who came forward with alleged, information, are the victims here, not James Charles, not what he had to go through. Although, I can sympathize with the fact that this was probably a hard time for him, but he is not the victim here. And talking about the entire thing, the way he talked about it, is painting him as the victim and the victims as the villains. The thing that really annoyed me about the entire video is the fact that he was so vague. For instance, when he mentioned the drama channel that made a Twitter thread, he made it so vague so that people can really speculate and it can just go on and on and on. It's a pretty serious topic not to talk about it in full detail, because letting people speculate on who it could be, in my mind, is really, really dangerous. The thing that really rubbed me up the wrong way is the fact that he was like, he didn't want anyone to think there were 20 victims of James Charles, let alone any victims of James Charles. So in saying that, he's basically denying everything that he took accountability for in his first video when he talked about the victims. And in his own words, he used the word victim. So James, what were you really talking about in your first video then? So what video, what do we need to believe here? Do we need to believe the first video or the second video? It's quite off to me that now there are no victims of James Charles, but 3 months ago in your video you mentioned that there were 2 victims of James Charles. And that is pretty much all I have to say for this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below.